Hi guys, today we're going to talk about raising the consciousness of the human race. It's really, really important that we do that, get ourselves to a much higher level, especially given the energy that's come into the planet at the moment, because it's really powerful and it's having a massive effect on people. So, before we get started, there's a couple of things I want to say. First one, thanks to Michelle Davis, because it's because of you that I'm actually making this video, and I'm kind of hoping this video goes viral, and if it does, it's going to have a massive impact. So that you started that, your positivity has started that seed. So second point, I want to talk a little bit about the way I perceive the vibrational frequency of humanity at a certain level and how to lift that higher. Now, you might feel like you don't have much of an impact, but if you work on yourself, you don't have to worry about any other people, just work on yourself. You make yourself happier, you make yourself feel more grateful for things, just be in a place of joy, that changes your energy, you get lifted up. Now that affects people around you in a really profound way. Now you will have experienced this, usually on the more negative side, but if you've ever walked into a room and there's been an argument and it's got kind of a heavy atmosphere, you can feel that, you can pick up other people's emotions. Also, you've probably noticed that maybe you felt someone's looking at you and you glance over and you get eye contact with someone. So we can interact with people on an energetic level, and they do affect us. We can feel the effects of that. It works exactly the same way in a positive situation as well. If you're very, very positive, the people around you will be lifted up by you. Now, if you're sitting in a cafe and you're in a really good mood, that's going to affect the people that are sitting close by. When you get up and go, you're going to leave a happiness bubble in that chair, and the next person that gets down, they're going to be lifted because of this. So this applies to all people, not just friends and family, that kind of stuff, or people that you actually interact with. But if you're just walking through town, you're going to be doing your bit to lift the consciousness of people around you. Now, the way I perceive this, if you imagine that you've got like a blanket laid out on the floor, and it's covered in lots of dots, the dot in the center, that represents you. Now, as you lift your level of consciousness, or your level of joy or happiness or whatever, if you lift that up, it kind of tenses up the blanket. Now, as the blanket tenses up like this, all of those little dots around you that represent other people, they're lifted up as well. So the ones close to you get lifted higher. Now, this means that you can just work on yourself, raise your own consciousness, make yourself a happier person, connect to joy, do things that you enjoy doing, make yourself happy, and then as you go up, other people around you are going to be affected by that, your friends, your family, and complete strangers. Now, it only takes a few people around the planet to do this in a few different places, and then we kind of lift this entire thing up together, and everybody's consciousness is lifted up. When that happens, we're going to hit critical mass. So that's what I'm kind of hoping that this video is going to help that process to happen as people share it and they do this process. Now, the process is really, really easy. All you got to do is every day write down something that makes you feel good, makes you feel happy, something that you're really grateful for, something that just makes you feel that sense of joy, makes you feel the inner child inside you screaming, dancing and singing. So that's what we're looking for here, something that puts you in a positive emotion, and it doesn't matter what that is. It could be someone who's done something for you, it could be something that you've seen, it could even be something you've read on Facebook or whatever. It doesn't matter what that thing is, just write those things down every single day. Our goal here is to put 3 of those down. So just 3, that's not a lot. And it can be, to start off with, you can just say something as simple as I'm grateful for Facebook and the social interaction it gives me with other people, allowing me to share all this positive stuff, even with people I don't know. So it can be anything. So write down 3 things that you're either grateful for or that bring you joy, make you feel good, made you laugh, make you happy. If it's a positive emotion, then get it in there. Pop those onto your Facebook wall and do it every day. The challenge is to do this for just 1 week, the positivity week. That's what we're looking at here. If after 1 week you think this is awesome, I want to carry on doing this, then by all means carry on, do a month, a year, or do it for your entire life. But just make sure that you commit to every single day for this week, starting today while you're watching this video, write down 3 things on your Facebook wall that are really, really positive. So things that make you feel good. Now, getting back to where this come from, which is someone who's my friend on Facebook called Michelle. I've been looking at her daily comments, and on day 1, I've not said this to her or anything like that, but on day 1 there was kind of like a positive, and then there was a little bit of a but, and then a bit of a not so positive. And day 2 was quite similar, and then by day 3, that little but and the little thing that wasn't as positive, that had gone, and it was just positive, positive, positive. all three of the things that she wrote down on that day were very, very positive. And the energy of that felt much higher than the previous days. The previous days did feel positive. It felt fantastic to read that, and it was really, really encouraging. But when Michelle got to day 3, it started to lift. And you can see that these positive statements that she was making are having a tremendous impact on the way she thinks, the way she feels, so that the statements the next day are even more positive. So you can see this escalates. Now, the other important thing here is the people that were commenting beneath the statements that she was leaving in there. There was a load of likes and a load of comments, and the comments were really, really positive. So she's not only affecting herself and lifting her own vibration, she's affecting other people as well that are commenting on that. Now, when somebody comments on something, all of their friends see that. They'll see that you've made a comment, and then they can look at what that is and what you've commented on, even if they're not the first person's friend. So this begins to spread virally. So you can see how these actions, just from Michelle deciding I'm going to put out some positive comments on Facebook every day, I'm going to commit myself to just writing 3 things a day. Just from her doing that tiny little action, that's spread out. And now there are people in Facebook in different countries around the world that are being affected by this. So Michelle's not only affecting herself and the people in her immediate environment, maybe people in coffee shops that she goes to, her friends and that kind of thing, but also through social media. That's spreading out through Facebook to people that she will never meet, who live in countries that she'll probably never go to. And exactly the same thing will happen when you start to post positive things on your wall too. So that's the challenge, just a week. Just write down 3 things that you feel good about. It doesn't matter what that good feeling is. I tend to go for what brings me joy, what gives me a sense of gratitude, or something that just makes you laugh, something that just makes you smile. So that's what we're looking for here. And you'll notice over the course of the next 7 days, it will have an impact on you, your Facebook friends, and the people around you. And we're going to lift that consciousness all around the world and just make this place a happier place. Now, as we do that, good things are going to be happening. So comment, share, and let's see how high we can lift the human consciousness through a little bit of happiness, a little bit of gratitude, and a little bit of joy through the social media platforms. I know you might be watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, but whatever you use, just use those vehicles to get this message out there and see if we can lift this consciousness to a point where we hit critical mass and bang, we're going to be going through ascension. So let's all do our little part. All together, we can make a huge difference. So that's your challenge. Get on it. Take care and bye-bye. Oh, by the way, first video in ages. I hope you like the beard and the new tattoo. Speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye.